friends, welcome to the What's Up in Makeup chat. We are here today to talk about everything matte. Oh, I rhymed, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. And I'm a shiny face. For a matte video, I have a shining face. I think it's this daily exfoliator I'm using by Paula's Choice. It's like a daily daytime exfoliator. I think that is what is doing this to my face. Every week I look like I'm glowing even more. It is crazy. But anyway, we're not here to talk about unglow. We're here to talk about some stuff that's matte. If you are here for the first time, welcome to the What's Up in Makeup chat. If you're here live, welcome. I can't wait to talk to you. If you're here on the replay, please know that we do this every Sunday morning or afternoon. We do it three Sundays in the morning, three Sundays in the morning. Yeah, because that makes sense. Three mornings on Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and then on the last Sunday of the month, we do it 5 p.m. Eastern time. And that is the schedule. Of course, things pop up and different things that change it, but that is the typical schedule. The way that you join is you go to my channel around that time, and you can find the video there, or under What's Up in Makeup, I usually put a link. Sometimes I forget because, you know, things happen, but most of the time there's a link under What's Up in Makeup that says click here to chat. So today we're going to go ahead and say hello to the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, because I admit I do not know everything. I have one skin type, I have one skin tone, and the gloriousness of the collective brain is that there's somebody in the collective brain that is just like you. Somebody with oily skin, someone with dry skin, someone with medium skin, deep skin, really, really light skin. There's people of all different everything in the live chat. So they're going to be chiming in on their opinions of these matte products. Also, people of all ages. I have teenagers that watch the live chat, all the way up to people in their 60s and 70s that watch the live chat. So I don't know if there's anybody older than that. Not that they've admitted, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. So let's go ahead and pause for just a moment. When someone comes into my house, I like to say hello. So I'm going to say hello to the people in the collective brain, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our matte conversation. So let me click on the chats. Okay, let me see if I can pause it before I start talking. Hold on a second. It's loading. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, here we go. It's loading. Yay! All right, here we go. Good morning to Allie and Joan and Tabitha in the house. Snape's Honey is here, redheaded for trouble. Yes, I love that name. That's so cute. Tracy is here, and Catherine Downing is here. Go ahead and check out her YouTube channel. She says, good morning, happy Sunday, and Grandparents' Day to the grandparents out there. Thank you so much. Good morning, Michelle. Been thinking about you a lot lately. Hope that you and your family are well. Good morning to Nancy. Hi, Nancy. And good morning, Alicia and Joan. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Julia and Megan and Aspen Mama, Aspen Mama, 3 kids. Happy morning. Happy morning for you. Broke Girl Beauty, good morning to you, Sarah. And Bio Lynn, good morning. Let's see, who am I missing? Jackie is here. Stephanie is here. Fizzy Pop is here. The Violet December, good morning in New York City. I will be there on Thursday. I will be arriving in New York City. Good morning, Christine and Vicky, Michelle, Holly, Cheryl, Felicia, Cheyenne, Jenny, Valerie, and Valerie. We have a Valerie Evan and a Valerie S. And Marla and Tanya and Terry Lee, Nifty and Thrifty, another YouTube channel you should check out. And oh, it skipped all the way to the bottom, so I guess I'm done saying hello to everybody. If I didn't say hello to you, good morning to you as well. That's my wrapper room moment for you, and now we are going to get into products. Oh, before we do, I do want to let you know that I have a little bit of a Sephora haul to share with you at the end of the chat if we have time, which I'm going to make sure we have time at the end of the chat, like the last 5 minutes, to show you what I got at Sephora yesterday. I did do a Facebook Live showing what I got at Sephora yesterday, but not everybody's on that platform. So I'll do a little haul for you guys at the very end so you know what's coming up on the channel. But we're here to talk about the matte stuff, so let's talk about that first. Oh, good, Michelle. I'm so glad your grandma's doing better. That's fantastic. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. Starting with matte foundation. Matte foundation, I've got matte foundation, I've got matte blush, I've got eyeshadows, and I've got lipsticks. And that's kind of where I put it. Oh, and I grabbed a couple face powders too. So that's kind of where I started it. Let me go ahead and start showing you some of the foundations. Now, I do have foundations and BB creams, some drugstore options that I really, really like a lot. Matte foundations. Oh, before we do that, let me tell you about why people might want a matte foundation. Some people have very oily skin and they need the matte to combat that. Sometimes people have textural issues where the matte helps them. Sometimes matte isn't as good for some people with textural issues, where there's different textures on your face. But a lot of people feel like it makes it look more, I don't know, more flawless when you have a matte face. Emily says a matte foundation is an oily girl's best friend. Exactly. Me having normal skin, I do enjoy a matte foundation sometimes, but I don't have to have a matte foundation. Christy says, I'm such a greaseball. I'm so happy about this week's topic. I'm so glad to have you here. Fizzy Pop says she's an oily girl here too. And then Aspen, oily girl here, need a matte foundation. Yes. All right, so here are some good ones. All right, this is the Rimmel BB Cream Matte 9-in-1 Skin Perfecting Super Makeup. I really, really like this. It goes on very, very smoothly, lasts a really long time. It isn't a super full coverage foundation, but it's very, very nice, very nice. I like it. Stephanie, we're gonna get to that one. We'll talk about it right now since Stephanie brought it up. She says, L'Oreal Pro Matte is lovely. I'm able to wear it with dry skin as long as I am well moisturized. That is this one here. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This one, the only reason why I don't use it a lot is because this shade match is a little bit strange for me. This is in the shade 103 Natural Buff, and it's just not a great shade match, but I do really, 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 really like this a lot. It's a really nice formula. Came out, what, like a year or so ago, something like that. Brenda says, oily end texture, sad face. We'll work through it. We'll work through it, though. Joan says, Maybelline has a matte one, too. All right, well, since you brought it up. Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is normal to oily skin, and it's funny because it says normal to grasse, like normal to greasy. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know if that's what that translates to, G-R-A-S-S-E, but it just looks like greasy. Like, well, you know, if you're going to be honest, normal to oily skin. I've heard this is pretty terrible for dry skin, though. I've heard it clings to dry patches and it's really bad. But I actually prefer, I find these formulas to be very similar. I haven't looked at the ingredients. Let me see if I can find, ooh, the ingredients are on the inside. Ooh, I can compare them. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on, get it open. Here we go. Let's see if they're the same or similar. Okay, so this is a water-based foundation. And this is a water-based foundation. And then, but then it has silicone next, where this one has cyclohexasilicane. I don't know. Nylon 12, that's actually an ingredient in Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows. Isodecane, no, they're different. Oh, this one has nylon 12 in it too. That's strange. I don't know a lot about foundation ingredients. I've been really researching eyeshadow ingredients recently. So it does look like they are quite different, but they do share some similar ingredients. So I would love to put these head to head to see how different they are, because I do find them to perform very, very similar on my normal skin. But they're both very nice. My shade here is 120 in the Fit Me. I like this better than the original Fit Me. I like it a lot. She Diaries, the shade range is better for the Maybelline Fit Me. And that's what I found too, definitely, definitely. Broco Beauty says, any cruelty-free suggestions? Let's see, do I have any cruelty-free suggestions? Is Makeup Forever cruelty-free? I don't have that off the top of my head. If not, no, but I bet the collective brain does. So I'm not, honestly, like, I need to get more into trying more foundations, definitely. Let's see, Valerie says, I mix the L'Oreal Pro Matte with the Pro Glow and get a gorgeous finish. Nice. Shea Moisture, Sahaja says, Urban Decay. She has a question mark. Lisa says, I moved from oily to combo, but I don't like shine. Essentially, I've put it there. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Aspen says, the Fit Me oxidizes on me more than the Pro Matte. That's very interesting. Girly and Glam by Emily Frost says, the Kat Von D is cruelty-free. And Paula says, Pro Matte is similar to Matte Velvet Plus. Pro Matte is similar to the Matte Velvet Plus, but the shades, though, I can't make them work. Yeah, everybody's saying Kat Von D, Kat Von D, Kat Von D is a great cruelty-free option. Because I know a lot of these drugstore options are not cruelty-free. Urban Decay is cruelty-free, that's true. Emily wants to know if anyone's tried the Anastasia Stick Foundation for oily skin. That is on my to-purchase list. I have tried the Hourglass one, and I do like the Hourglass one, but I don't find it to be magical. But I want to put it head-to-head against the Anastasia if I can. I got to get my hands on the Anastasia. I got to get color matched for it. So anyway, so this one is really good. I really like the Rimmel. the 9-in-1, and my shade in that is light medium. And then I like the Maybelline Dream Velvet, believe it or not. I really like this one, the Dream Velvet Soft Matte. Mine's 60 Sandy Beige, which is kind of odd because I'm not very sandy or beige, but it matches me perfectly. And it's very, very, very nice. I really like this one a lot. And then this one I think I talked about a little bit. The Makeup Forever Matte Velvet is the only higher end foundation that I have that's specifically advertised for matte. Paula says, I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick. It's dry and matte. Love the Lancome more though. And Living Like Julie says, I mix the Clinique Concealer Foundation with others to take down the shine. And Emily Frost says, I've tried the Anastasia. It's really dry and you would need to use a beauty blender because it's hard to blend. And Krista says, the Cover FX custom blot drops are great for keeping a matte finish nice. And Valerie says, speaking of color matching, kind of off topic, but do you trust Ulta Sephora employees that with that, or you do it yourself? It kind of depends. I've had really good color matching experiences at Sephora, but I've also had really bad ones. It was funny. I was at Sephora once, and I had she was going to color match me, and she didn't even wipe off my foundation. She just put the foundation over top of what I was currently wearing. And she's like, it was just, it didn't work. Like, it was like, have you had this job before? I also had another person color match me on my hand, which I thought was very interesting. As far as Ulta, I don't think I've ever asked to be color matched in Ulta because they don't really do, they don't have a lot of the products open for color matching, at least in mine. That I can remember. I really hung to the side of the drugstore side of Ulta recently, so that I remember I don't think they do color matching, like actual color matching like they do at Sephora, where they actually put it on you to test it. But I honestly, like, a lot of times I'll go to Sephora, I'll have them color match me, and then I'll adjust if needed. But Krista says, I don't trust employees either. They're paid to promote certain things regardless of a person's needs. See, I don't know if that's true. I think that at Ulta, they do have brand reps that come in to promote certain brands, but the employees, I don't think are paid to promote certain things. When I was at the Sephora VIB Rouge sale yesterday, though, it did seem like they were really pushing the new products, like really pushing the new products. So I don't know if things have changed at Sephora. Last thing I heard, they weren't paid more, like they weren't paid to promote certain products, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Jenna says, I don't think the employees care. I think some of them do. I think it just depends on who they are. Jenna, I already got that part. Tracy, I'm also curious about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. It isn't promising for her aging skin. Yeah, I don't know. I really need to get it and try it. Krista says, I'm talking about Sephora, Jen, not Ulta. I love Ulta. Oh, okay, gotcha. Joan says, my daughter color matched me and she did a perfect job. Fantastic. Brianna says, Sephora and Ulta, I've never felt like they're pushing me toward any product. And Julie says, I ask for samples before buying a foundation, which I think is a great idea. I don't think they do that at Ulta, but they definitely do that at Sephora. All right, for face powders, because we are 15 minutes in almost already, let's get into face powders. I want to keep on rocking. Some matte foundation powders that I like to use. I've talked about this a million times. The medium, what's called the multitasking face powder by Milani, and this is in the shade medium. I've talked about this a million times. Also the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish I really, really like, and the Rimmel Stay Matte is one that I don't own right now, but that has been like an amazing product for me for a really long time. I just don't own it right now. I used it up and didn't repurchase yet. So, but those are really, really good face powders. Any suggestions from the collective brain on face powders for a matte face? I would love to know your thoughts. Fizzy Pop says nobody sells Milani near her. Oh, wow. Michelle says, I love my Sephora employees. My Ulta employees never help. I feel like some Ulta employees are more educated than others. I don't feel like Ulta does a great job of really, truly educating their staff. She Diary says, Makeup Forever Duo Matte. Kat Von D, Jenna says. Max Studio Fix Powder, Julie says. Rimmel Stay Matte from Julie. There's two Julies. There's Living Like Julie and Julie Marison. So one says Max Studio Fix, the other says Rimmel Stay Matte. Too Faced Cocoa Press Powder. Yes, that is a really good one. That's a good point, Lynn. You can use a matte foundation as a face powder. Very good. I love that, like a matte powder foundation. Great idea. Lynn says Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation, Rimmel Stay Matte, Rimmel Stay Matte, no more Bye Bye Pores by It Cosmetics. I think Bye Bye Pores. Rimmel Stay Matte. I mean, it's great powder. It's like $2, man, $3. It's really fantastic. Dreama, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Yesenia says It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. And Lisa says Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation Compact. Brianna, I want to try the It Cosmetics powder. Yes. Oh, hello, hello. I don't want to butcher your name. Is it Greedy? I hope I got it right. I hope so. Okay. Emily says, I always end up breaking my Stay Matte when I hit pan. I do too, when it gets really low. Catherine Downing says the same thing. Rimmel Stay Matte. Cody Airspun. I want to pick that up. I need to make it to the Walmart and get me some Cody Airspun. I was talking about with my friend Sandra about maybe doing like a learning how to bake video where we do like try to bake for the first time, both of us, and see how it goes. Just as more of like a comedy video than like a tutorial video. Like, can these idiots bake? I don't know. I thought it might be fun. So yes, Yesenia says the Rimmel leaves a white cast on me. She's got a deeper skin tone, medium-ish. I think you have yellow undertones too, Yesenia, I think, if I remember right. Sherry says she can't find the air sponge. Looked everywhere at Walmart. There you go. Nancy likes that idea. Do it. Nice. Okay. So let's move on. Let's move on to, should we do eyeshadow next? Because this one's going to take a while. We're going to be in eyeshadow land for a while. Brianna says, Jen, what's your favorite powder? Have you tried the It Cosmetics Celebration powders? I have not. Favorite face powders are the Milani and the Rimmel Stay Matte, to be honest with you. But I haven't tried a ton of face powders. Face powders is not exciting to me. I'm just not excited by face powders. I don't buy a lot of them. It's probably the thing I buy the least of is face powders. So I don't have a ton of face powders. Lisa says she hates the Cody Airspun. Really? And Tabitha says, Witch Mom Davis says, the only place I find Milani is Kmart. Alma says, hello, happy to have you here, Alma. Eyeshadow. Let's get into eyeshadow because, you know, Cheyenne's all about the eyeshadow. Oh, Viseart. Yes, Viseart. Yes, I have Viseart. I don't know why I left my Viseart over here. Look at my Viseart. It's broken. Thank you, Nancy. This is my Viseart. I do really, really like this a lot. I very much enjoyed this. Unfortunately, I haven't used it as many times as I would like, but when I have used it, I have really enjoyed it. The price point, I'm not quite sure yet. I don't feel like I've got a full verdict on how much, whether I like this for the price point yet, but I did really enjoy it the few times that I've used the Viseart. And yay or nay, Nicole, also excellent YouTube channel to follow. She really likes the Viseart as well. Naked Basics 2, I've got the Naked Basics and the Naked Basics 2, both really, really good. The shade ranges are different. We've talked about this in chat before. Hopefully I'm not being too redundant, but we've talked about the differences between these two. This one is we'll flip them this way. This is the 1 and this is the 2. So with the 1, you've got, we'll put the 1 on top. So you've got a dark with both. The dark is a little bit darker in the 1 than the 2. You see here, there's a little bit more variation in depth here than there is here. These 4 are all pretty light. You've got these deeper browns, which is nice. So you've got a really deep brown, like a medium brown. Then you've got lighter, but these lighters are actually kind of similar in the 1. So I tend to lean like Diva and the Divine. I tend to lean toward the 2 because I like this better. So I don't know. I just like these colors better. I'd love to know for deeper skin tones which ones. Oh, Yesenia, e.l.f. Mad for Matte. Absolutely. That's another good one, the e.l.f. Mad for Matte. I don't find it lasts really a long time on my eyes, the e.l.f. Mad for Matte, but I do really like that palette a lot. Let me get that one. I forgot about that one. I have it right here. Is this one it? Yep. Here's the e.l.f. Mad for Matte. This is a really nice one. I personally prefer the Need It Nude over the Mad for Matte, but I do really like the Mad for Matte. It's got a really nice color range. And Yesenia really likes this one if you're of a medium skin tone. The Balm's Meat Matte Hues. I don't have Meat Matte Hues. I have the Meat Matte Nude. This is the one that I have. I did want to talk about this one. Oh, no, I want to put that down next. I want to talk about that. The Meat Matte Nude, I do really like these shadows a lot. I don't find myself reaching for this a lot. If I had a smaller collection, I would probably reach for this more, but I find that these shades aren't very unique. I mean, matte shades are kind of hard to make unique, but I have trouble getting a complete look out of this by itself. I wish that this was more of a cream instead of a yellow kind of tone. And I don't know, I just have trouble. I don't know. I don't gravitate toward this one. And I wish that I did because the quality of the shadows is excellent. It's just something about the shades that I don't grab it. I don't grab it, and I'm sad because it's a great palette. It really is. It's just I don't use it that often. And it makes me sad that I don't use it very often. Elijah says, did I say that right? Yes. Elijah says, just getting into the matte eyeshadows, but I've always loved Benefit Highbrow, which is something that I don't own. So, Sahaja says the Meet Matrimony from the Balm, which I really, really want. Reading Mom also says Meet Matrimony. Sherry says the Balm mattes too, just got the Matrimony one. Yes, I should have gotten it when they had that 50% off sale, and I'm kicking myself. It Cosmetics Pretty Palette. Lisa, let's talk about that one. It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty Palette. One thing I don't like about this is it does get dirty. It's a lot like the Anastasia, the Modern Renaissance palette, and it's got the squishy soft. Yes. It Cosmetic All Matte Palette. Okay, this is how I feel about it. I personally really like this palette, but I think I'm in the minority. I really, really think I'm in the minority. I think that most people, hopefully this isn't throwing off my light too bad because this is shimmery, or it's shiny, it's metallic. A lot of people say that this muddies together on them. Like most people that own this say that it muddies together on them. I have not found that. I think that it's just really important to choose shades that are, you know, very different from each other. If you start using some of these shades together, like these in here, they're gonna muddy together. You go from light to dark. You gotta choose some from here, some from the middle, and some from over here, or else I think that that's something that makes this really difficult to work with, is because some of the shades that are in similar in tone do muddy together. Lisa says it doesn't muddy for her either, but I really like it. Lori wants to know when is It Cosmetics coming to Sephora Canada, and I do not know that, unfortunately. I do not know the answer to that. If anybody else does, that would be great, but I do not know. Krista says, I never really liked the It eye palettes. They make better skincare and face stuff. You know, and I've heard really negative things about the new Superhero palette, which makes me sad because I like It Cosmetics as a brand. So I don't know. Valerie says, Jen, I love that palette so much. I can make a really pretty sweet sunset color eye look. Yeah, and I love the color range in here. You know, you've got your reddish tones, but then you've got purples and blue and all that. I mean, I personally really like it. Michelle says she gave it to her mom. Living Like Julie says, I have the It Celebration palette, and they also blend together to create one shade. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying about this. So I really like, I personally like it, but I can't say go out and buy it because I know so many people this does not work for. And I would never recommend something just because I like it when I know the majority of people don't like it. I think it's just how you choose the shades, to be completely honest. Tabitha says if you spray them, put plastic over your powder so you don't want that stuff on your skin. What are we spraying them with? I missed what we're spraying them with. Ooh, oh my goodness. Too Faced Matte Palette. Too Faced Matte Eye Palette. See, it's so funny. Like, you're like, oh, what about this one? What about this one? And then I pull it out. Like, seriously, Jen? Seriously? This is the Too Faced Matte Eye Palette. This is another one that I don't reach for a lot. I find that there's a lot of dark in here with not a lot of medium, which is very strange for a palette. Usually it's a lot of light, a lot of medium, and not much dark. But a lot of these end up being very dark. And I find that I can't really create a nice variety of looks. I don't know. I don't reach for this one. But it is good quality. I like the quality of the shadows. I mean, I don't know if you can see this. I don't like swatching on chat because I feel like you can't really see. And plus, finger swatches are not the best. Ooh, it's been a while since I've used this. Neat. But sometimes spraying with protectant like you wear shoes. Oh, wow. Okay. Stephanie says spraying the protectant like you would shoes on the velvet packaging so it doesn't get dirty. Yes. Okay. Well, yes. Okay, got it, Tabitha. Okay, so you're talking about with the Naturally Pretty to spray it with some kind of protectant, but you want to make sure that does not get on your shadows. Yes, excellent point. This has been a really long time since I've used this, and that just swatched really, really bad. But you know what? I'm not even going to give you a solid, like, I'm just telling you based on what I remember, because I honestly have not used this in a really long time. So I hate to even, like, say that I liked it, because now that I'm swatching it, I'm like, ew, that is not good. Carolyn, I was talking about this, Carolyn, with this the other day, not the other day, this morning, I was responding back to Carolyn. She says, Too Faced eyeshadows are horrible on her. And then someone else commented right after Carolyn and said Too Faced eyeshadows were not deep skin friendly, which I was surprised to read that she had that opinion, because I hadn't thought of that. I'd see some Urban Decay palettes not being deep skin friendly, but then some of them really are. Sabrina wants to know how I sanitize my palettes. I have an old spray bottle that I rinsed out. It was like a hair product spray bottle that I rinsed out and put in my dishwasher, and then I filled it with alcohol, just straight rubbing alcohol, and I spray it on my palettes occasionally. Like, I don't know. Depends on how much I'm using them. Like, if I know I'm gonna kind of archive a palette, I'll spray it before I archive it. So, and palettes that I use all the time, I don't know. I don't really spray them that often. I don't know. Not that often. Not super often. Sahaja says, I really love the Too Faced Peanut Butter Jelly, and I have a deeper skin tone. Yes. Like a medium deeper skin tone Sahaja has. But yeah, I don't know. I can't even, like, I'm feeling like I'm misrepresenting this one, so I don't want to misrepresent it. This one has lots of shimmers in it, this one. This one's a really nice one for deeper skin tones. If you have a deeper skin tone and you can find this, the Natural at Night, this one's gorgeous. It's all shimmers, though. We're here to talk about mattes, and this is all shimmers. But it's beautiful on deeper skin tones. I've seen so many deeper skin tone tutorials on this one. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. All right, moving on. Other matte eyeshadow palettes that I wanted to talk about. This one is one that no one talks about. This is the Cargo Warm Neutrals. Cargo eyeshadows are really hit and miss for me, but this particular palette is stinking amazing. If you can find it, it is awesome. Buxom eyeshadows are really, really good. This is not an all matte palette. It does have some. I made this one. You buy the singles and then I didn't make it. I got it with Ipsy points. They made it. I just arranged it. They sent the eyeshadows and I just arranged it. But the matte eyeshadows, the Buxom formula is stinking amazing. It is wonderful. So if you're ever in Sephora, definitely swatch, and you're looking for matte eyeshadows, definitely swatch the Buxom. I never would have thought Buxom would have amazing eyeshadows, and they're really, really, really good. Even the Divine says she loves those. Aspen says, I've never had good luck with Cargo eyeshadows. And let me tell you, this is the only Cargo eyeshadow palette that I've ever owned that I actually really liked. This is amazing. Sahaja says, Buxom shadows. Yes, girl. Jen on point. I know these things are awesome, aren't they? They're fab. Hold on a minute. Let me swatch these. And you'll see the difference between those and those Too Faced ones I just swatched. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's like, seriously. Brenda says she likes the black one from Buxom. And Anya says the Buxom ones are great. I know, right? Carolyn says Cargo is horrible, but I tried it years ago. Maybe they changed. I don't think they did change. This one I got a while back. And honestly, this is the only one I've ever liked. I've gotten 2 other Cargo eyeshadow palettes and didn't like either of them. Which makes me sad because I want to root for Cargo. I want Cargo to do well, and they just don't. Michelle says Max Soft Brown and Brown's Grip Drool favorite mattes. Thank you, Michelle, for that. Ray says, am I the only one who forgets that Buxom exists? No one talks about them. I know, right? I think you're totally right. Totally right. Julia's like, ooh, like butter. I agree. It is like butter. Tarte shadows. All right, let's talk about Tarte. Now that you mentioned in Tarte. Jenna wants to know about Tarte. The Tarte lip palette. This was gifted to me by a member of the community. This did not work for her. She has a deep skin tone. It did not work for her. Unfortunately, it did not work for me either. It's one of those things where, how Carolyn was saying, Too Faced shadows do not work for her. Tarte eyeshadows don't work for me. I don't know what it is. It's like Tarte eyeshadows. Some people love Tarte eyeshadows, swear by them. It's like what they get. And this did not work for me. I felt like they muddied together. I felt like the lasting power wasn't good. I heard the Tarte Lid and Bloom. So I just talking about the Tarte Lid and Bloom. I heard that one's better than this one. Krista says, I find Tarte mattes really hard to blend no matter the palette. Sherry says, I love Tarte and I have that, but not sure why I don't like it. I never reach for it. Yeah, too chalky, Anya. Exactly. And then Trish says, bucks and $40 from Ulta. I just got an email for a customizable palette. Yeah, they're great. They're really great. Yesenia says, I've never had a Tarte shadow work for me. See, what is that? What is that? Why does everybody talk about how they love them then? That girl with curls, I returned my Tarte palette. The colors got muddy and faded. Me too. Me too. Cheyenne says Tarte blushes don't work for me. You know what? We're going to get into Tarte blushes in a minute. I find I really like the small Tarte blushes. And you do have to build these. You have to build these. I don't know. Like I've owned a few of the big ones, and I don't tend to like the big ones as much as I like the sample ones. Is that weird? Maybe it's all in my brain. I don't think that that's a real thing. I think that's something in my head that I like the small ones better than the big ones. I don't know. But anyway, Tarte palette was not good for me, and I'm sad because I feel like I should love this, and it's not working. See, Kathy loves Tarte. Kathy, what is this? Why don't I love it? Why don't I love it? Sherry says, maybe that's it, the muddying and the disappearing. I never like my eyes with the Tarte lip. Me either. Me either. Lisa says, I have to use the Tarte 365 primer with the Tarte lip palette. I don't own that. Maybe I need to get that. Because I find with the Too Faced, you need, the shadow insurance really does help with Too Faced eyeshadows as well. Or the Urban Decay. They're very similar. The Too Faced formula, the original primer potion, and the shadow insurance have very, very similar formulas. All right. Last one I wanted to talk about for eyeshadows was the Coastal Scents Hot Pots. I really like Coastal Scents Hot Pots. I made this fall palette for myself a long time ago when, whenever I review something for Coastal Scents, they give me a $100 gift card for products. Sometimes I keep it, sometimes I give it away, sometimes I'll keep some of it and then give away the rest. I do have one of those coming up. I have this that I'm going to be reviewing, the new blush and bronzer palette that was in the show today. So I'm going to be reviewing this, and I'll get that $100, and it'll probably be for giveaway. So definitely keep your eye out for this video for the giveaway. And it's just a straight up $100 gift card. They give you the code, you get $100 worth of stuff, and it's pretty awesome. So when the one time I did keep it, I got this, and I really like these matte shadows. Ask me if I've ever used this bright yellow. I've never used it. Oh man, I swatched the same one 2 times. Really? I swatched the same one 2 times. But I really like these, especially for the price. I mean, are they as great as like Urban Decay or Makeup Forever? No, they're not. But they're pretty awesome for the price. I think they're like $1 or $2 each. And if you're just looking for some colors to use every once in a while, or if you're not really a matte person, or you're just looking for that transition shade, I really like them. I do. I like the Coastal Scents Hot Pots. Their palettes sometimes are hit or miss, but I find the Hot Pots to be pretty consistently good. You know, every once in a while I get one that's kind of a dud. But even the shimmers, the mattes, they're good. You know, it's compared to a lot of drugstore palettes, I would say these are very good. Compared to my high-end palettes, I would say if this was a high-end palette, I probably would be like, it's not fantastic. It's okay. I would say it's ordinary. Makeup Fabulousness, if you think Coastal Scents and BH Cosmetics are similar, I have never owned the BH Cosmetics singles, but I've gotten their palettes before, and I do not care for BH Cosmetics palettes. So it's kind of, I don't know. I can't really compare apples to apples in that I haven't tried any singles for them. I don't even know if they sell singles. Kathy says that she thinks that they are the same. I don't know. I'll have to look and see the formula. I'll have to look at it. I need to find the fact on that one. Amanda says, I agree with the e.l.f. Mad for Matte. And then Cindy says, I love BH Cosmetics. It's really good brands. Let me see. Oh, Sahaj just says she likes the Carly Bible palette. That one's got a lot of shimmer. We talked about that one last week. Some people, another person said a minute ago, I forget who it was already, the Carly Bible palette had too much fallout. Coastal Scents, 99 cents. I think they are for each one. So yes, the girl with curls, the Balm matte shadows. We did talk about the Matrimony, and I really like it. I don't really like the shade selection in that, not Matrimony, the Meet Matte Nude. I don't really like the shade selection, but the quality is excellent. There you go. Beth from Beauty Hall 411 is here. Make sure you follow her on Instagram. Very good. Hot Pots 99 cents. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Makeup Geek singles. I need to buy more Makeup Geek. My Makeup Geek collection is all really old, so I hate to even bring it out because a lot of the shadows have been discontinued. I got all of my Makeup Geek shadows I got with the original Makeup Geek launch. But really good positive reviews from the community on Makeup Geek shadows. Everybody in here is saying Makeup Geek, yes, 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 yes. Frappe for my eyebrows, Redheaded for Trouble says. Nice. Nice. Everybody's saying yes for Makeup Geek. Jessica doesn't care for the balm. I'd be curious to know what you don't like. What are some products you don't like for the balm? Because I personally, I'm a big The Balm fan. There are definitely a few things that I don't like, but for the most part, I really do like them. Sherry says, I adore my Makeup Geek mats. All of them, really, but they're wonderful. Yep, Jessica's like. And then Jessica that doesn't like the balm loves Makeup Geek. Ray says, I think I'm the only YouTube lover who doesn't own any Makeup Geek. I'm sure you're not alone. I'm sure you're not alone. Okay, so it's 10:35. We still need to do blush, and we still need to do lip products, and I still need to show you my Sephora haul. Okay, take a sip of coffee. What are you joining? Rose says, she says, I remember to join this week. What are you joining? I know what you're joining. Okay, speaking of the balm, the In-Stains blushes are amazing. I personally very, very much like them. Kimberly says makeup Mandy Palette is the only mug she has. Nice. Big The Balm fan from Julia Montgomery. Gotcha. All right. I really like the In-Stain blushes. They're my favorite formula from The Balm. I feel like they last longer than the Balm blushes. I do own a lot of the other ones, but these are my favorite formula. I really like these a lot. Let's see, Tarte blushes. I personally like Tarte blushes. The only thing about Tarte blushes is I feel like, oh, just joining the chat, Rose, great. I really like Tarte blushes, but they do sometimes take some building. I find that when you put it on, sometimes it doesn't seem very pigmented, and you just have to keep going to build it up. Julie says the In-Stains are incredible. I really like them too. Carolyn says NARS, Tarte, Burberry, and Benefit blushes. Nice. Carity. I don't know anything about Carity. I need to learn about this Carity thing. Okay, so anyway, I do like Tarte blushes though. I'm not as big of a fan of the eyeshadows, but I do like the blushes. That's me personally. This is a brand that I get in subscription boxes. It's called Model Co. I really like their blushes a lot. They're pretty fantastic. I got one, and this one is called Peach Bellini, and this one's called Amaretto Sunset. They're both fantastic. Oh, is this one not matte? This one's shimmer. Oops, sorry about that. Not that one. Is this one shimmer too? Oh no, this one's matte. The Amaretto Sunset is matte. The Peach Bellini is not. But this one's really, really, really nice. The Agrimal says Jessica from Jam Beauty 89 did a video using a dupe video using Carity. Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out. I missed that one somehow. I watch a lot of her videos. I must have missed that one. Julia says Wet n Wild is great drugstore, but I don't. You know, the Wet n Wild ones, I've never found a good matte. I like some of their shimmery blushes, but I haven't found a good matte. Carolyn says L'Oreal Bare Honey is the only drugstore blush, and I love it. Got it. And Lisa says I love Wet n Wild blushes. Ray says yes, Model Co. Shockingly nice. I know, they're very nice. Another blush brand that I really like is the Makeup Revolution. I really like those. I don't care for their eyeshadows as much as I like the blushes. The blushes are very, very nice. Another one is Ulta brand blushes. I have my Ulta brand review. It should be out it'll probably be out on Tuesday, my Ulta brand review. And they have the regular ones. I have all my, where's my Ulta stuff? I don't think I have it near me, and I don't want to go hunt it down, but there's the baked formula and the regular formula. I like the regular formula better than the baked, but the regular formula is very, very nice of the Ulta blushes. So, and they do go on sale. So that girl with curls says, yeah, Makeup Revolution is the best blushes. They really are nice. Definitely, definitely for drugstore. Another one, you can get these online at Ulta, is the Love Struck blushes by JCat Beauty. These were sent to me for review a really long time ago. Actually, now looking at this, this looks like a shimmer. Oh man, this is a shimmer. I thought it was in matte. This was in Baby Boo. Very, very, very pigmented though, so be really careful with these. Another really pigmented drugstore option is the City Color. If you have a Five Below near you and you can get some City Color stuff, oh my gosh, these blushes are amazing, but they're super pigmented. So you have to put a really fluffy brush in it because they will, seriously, it's like crazy, crazy pigmentation, like straight to clown face. So you just have to be really careful. Emily wants to know how everyone feels about the Becca blushes. I didn't know Becca made matte blushes. I think that they only make shimmer blushes. I do not own any, and I have not, I haven't tried those. I have a lot of the highlights from Becca, but I don't own any of the blushes. Beauty Hall 411 Milani blushes are really nice. And you know what? Every time I talk about blush in a chat, somebody brings up the Milani blushes, and then I feel like such a dodo because I don't own any of them. Like, what kind of beauty guru am I not owning any Milani blushes, you know? And every time I'm like, I need to get some Milani blushes, and I never do. I never do. Valerie says, I know matte highlighters are kind of an oxymoron, but the Laura Geller one in French Vanilla is amazing. Just throwing that out there. Yes, and I thought about throwing matte highlighters into this chat, but I don't know. It's just, it's more for like under eye setting powder and brightening and things like that. And really the one that I use the most is the Kat Von D Shade and Light. I use that for setting under eye. Jouer blushes, Nancy says. Nice, nice. Krista says in the winter I actually like a shimmery blush, but I don't wear any highlight to balance it out. That's smart. That's smart. Terry Lee says, Sahaja, I'm going to send you private. Oh, that's private. I'm reading your private stuff, Terry Lee. I'm sorry. Girls with Curls, how do people like the Urban Decay matte blushes? They're Ulta 21-day sale. And you know what? I've never tried those either. I have one of the Urban Decay highlights, but I don't have any of the matte blushes. Julie says the City Color Rosy Cheeks line are not so crazy pigmented so that you can build them more slowly. Oh, really? Very interesting. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to go to Five Below and see if I can find those. The Rosy Cheeks line. Very nice. Amanda says, I love the Sephora brand blushes. They do have really nice blushes. The Sephora, the pressed powder blushes, I really like those. Would you guys be interested? I'm curious whether you'd be interested after I'm done with the Ultra review if I did a Sephora brand review. I do own quite a bit of Sephora brand stuff, but I would purchase more if you think you guys would be interested in a Sephora brand review. Leave comments if you're watching on replay. Leave comments in the description in the comments below if you think that you would like that. Let's see. Hourglass, Jenna says. NARS blushes, Cheyenne says. I haven't had great luck with NARS blushes. I don't know why. They're okay, but they're expensive. Carolyn really likes them. Sabrina likes them. Oh no, I haven't had great luck with those. Lisa says City Color B Matte Blush is amazing. It's fantastic. Oh no. Yes to Sephora review. Yes, everybody's like, yes, yes, Sephora review. Okay. All right, we'll work that out. All right, it is 10:42. I have matte lipsticks left, and then I want to show you my Sephora haul. Speaking of Sephora. Yes, the Balm blushes. The Balm blushes are wonderful. They really are. Yay! Okay. All right, so matte lipsticks. Liquid lipsticks. This is what I'm learning about liquid lipsticks. There's two types of liquid lipsticks. There's the kind that go on, are kiss-proof, they last a really long time, have staining power, and they dry the doo-doo out of your lips. Like your lips, like hydration just gone. Okay, there's that kind. But they stay on a really long time, and they are kiss-proof. Then there's the other kind, where it's like the whippy kind, where it's kind of whippy, soft, comfortable, but lasting power isn't as good. Lasting power is not as good, not kiss-proof. Stain is hit and miss. So you really kind of have to decide with liquid lipsticks, I feel, which kind of person you are. What do you like? Would you rather have the lasting power and the dryness, or the not lasting power and the comfort? Because I don't think you can have both. I'm learning this. Krista says, I want a matte liquid lipstick that doesn't transfer but doesn't dry my lips out. Yes, that is too much to ask, Krista. I really think that's too much to ask. I don't think it's possible. Trimma says, the whippy kind feel funny. I don't like the texture. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, you know, if it's comfortable, then it's not going to be dry enough to be kiss-proof. Emily says she detests the whippy kinds. Roxanne says she likes the comfort kinds. I know, right? Amanda says, I prefer the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams or the L'Oreal Pro Mattes. I can't stand the dryness. At work, I like the Kiss Proof. Says, is that Callie? I think that's a Callie. It's going by really fast. Broke Girl Beauty says comfort. Sherry says, I want to try the Smashbox Mattes. Heard a lot of great reviews, comfort and lasting power and pigmentation. What? Liquid lipsticks are too drying for me, says Lisa. And then Liz says comfort. But see, that's the thing. So let's talk about some of the different formulas. So the drying ones, I feel like Kat Von D is one of the ones that are the drying kind. Not comfortable, dry, but last a really long time. Beautiful colors, kiss-proof, all of that. I personally really, really like, I think this is, the stickers came off of this one, but I'm pretty sure this is Lolita. And then this one's Lovesick. I have a couple other ones. What I end up doing with this, I end up killing the matte and putting a lip balm over it. so I don't have to like, oh, so I don't have to like feel that dryness. Sherry says, I always suck the life out of my lips. I love Lolita in color, but just crusty. I know. That's what I'm saying too. I'm saying the same thing. And then Narander says, I'm loving my Smashbox. Nice. And Faded For You says, anyone have a problem with ColourPop matte liquid lipstick? Mine fades bright pink. Oh, I haven't any problem with fading. That's another one I want to talk to you about is ColourPops. They do separate in these tubes, by the way. They get really oily if you don't shake them very often. Another one, these are a lot like the Kat Von D's in that they matte, long-lasting power, dry the crap out of your lips. Excuse me, shouldn't say crap, but they dry the crap out of your lips. You know, I feel like these are just a little bit more comfortable, I think, than the Kat Von D, but I don't think the lasting power is quite as good as the Kat Von D. But I think it depends on the shade, too. Carolyn says Ofra is a whipped one that isn't so drying. Yes, we're going to get into that. Valerie says I use Milani lip oil every time I start my makeup routine so my lips are hydrated and I can make the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks make way more comfortable. See, now I got to go buy some Milani lip oil. Valerie, now I got to do it. I got to do it now. And Lisa says thank you to you too, Valerie. I thank you. I'm going to have to buy some of those. Christine says, I think it depends on the color you're going for. If I'm wearing something bold, I go for Kiss Proof, but for nudes or comfort ones are fine. I think that's a great point, Christine. Excellent point. Kimberly says, I want to try Ofra and Smashbox. It just, but I'm scared I won't like it. Yeah. I really like the Ofra ones. But before we go into that, I want to just talk about a couple more of the drying ones. The Rimmel Show Off Lip Lacquers. The NYX Liquid Suedes. I find these to be pretty drying. The Violet Voss ones are really drying. Oh my goodness. Woo! Super drying on the Violet Voss. Was there anything else for the drying ones? The Anastasia ones, I only have the old formula. I don't have the new formula, and I hated the old formula. So, what are we talking about? Stephanie Nicole. That girl with curls says, sorry, Stephanie Nicole. I don't know what. Stephanie Nicole, if you don't know, I think everybody at this point knows Stephanie Nicole, but she does liquid lipstick reviews. And sometimes Stephanie and I agree, and sometimes we don't. But she has definite opinions on liquid lipsticks. But if you want a resource on liquid lipsticks, Stephanie Nicole is great. Also, Makeup Junkie 101 is fantastic for liquid lipstick reviews. Laura from Mrs. Lo Lynn, excellent for liquid lipstick reviews. Those are probably my 3 favorites for that particular type of video. I watch them a lot. All right, let's go into some whippy ones because I still want to get into the Sephora haul. The Ofra ones are probably my holy grail. The Ofra ones or the new Bare Minerals Gen Nude. If you haven't seen my review of the Gen Nude liquid lipsticks by Bare Minerals, I was talking to my friend Sandra yesterday. We went to the Sephora Rouge event together, and she was like, Bare Minerals, it sounds like my grandmother. Like, Bare Minerals been around forever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but they're really good. I really like the liquid lipsticks from Bare Minerals. They're really good. I really like them. I like the Bare Minerals liquid lipsticks. They're fantastic. I have a bunch of swatches. I did lip swatches of the lipsticks, the lip glosses, and the liquid lipsticks. I have like 6 or 7 of each in that video. So definitely check that out if you didn't see that one and you're curious about that formula. So you can see how they all go on. But Ofra is really, really good. I feel like the Ofra is a little less soft, a little less not hydrating, but a little less comfortable, but it lasts longer. So, but yes, definitely. Julie says the Bare Mineral ones are great. And Toby says she likes the Gen Nude ones too. There you go. Bare Minerals liquid lipsticks, they're really good. The Tarteist lip paints. This is another whippy formula. I do really like these a lot. I've heard that the darker shades tend to bleed. So keep that in mind, but I really like this one. This one's the bunny one, the one in Texas Toast. I like that one a lot. I also like Namaste. So, got some strangeness going on in the chat. Thanks, Tabitha. I don't know what happened there. Every once in a while, there's a strange person that ends up finding the chat, and it's like, wait, what? I get distracted. So anyway, Tarteist lip paints. I've heard a lot of people really don't like these, but you know, Jen, I'm going to send you Dose of Colors liquid lipstick. You need to try. Oh, Beth, thank you. That's really nice of you. I've never tried Dose of Colors because they're so insane expensive, and I just haven't. That girl with curls says I hated the Tarteist lip paint. It didn't dry down. It doesn't dry down. These are the formulas. This is the other type of formula. So the dry ones are the Kat Von D, the NYX liquid suedes, the Rimmel, the Anastasia, oh, the Stila ones. I forgot to mention Stila. The Stila ones These right here, dry down. Those are the dry down ones. These are the ones that don't dry down. The ones that don't dry down, well, Ophir does a little bit, but these do not. The Tartar Lip Paints do not. The Bare Minerals do not. You can blot off the excess off the Bare Minerals and kind of get it a dry down, but you have to purposely blot off the excess in order to do that. It doesn't dry down on its own. What else? I feel like there's another one I'm missing. The Buxom one. I found that the really dark ones were a hot sticking mess. They slid all over the place. I mean, like on my teeth up here. I felt like it was going up my nose. Like, I mean, it was horrible. So I kept the nude one from the Buxom, but I returned the dark one that I got. She Diary says Stila is cement. Yes, I agree. Emily says Stila patina. Love. Yes. Julie says, I like the Balms Meet Matte Hughes liquid lipstick. It's really comfortable. You know, I haven't dabbled into those very much, surprisingly. And then BJ, hi, baby. Hi. You want to say hi real quick? Okay. Say hi real quick.
Hi.
This is my son, John, if you've never met him. And then Lila, you want to come in and say hi? Hold on a minute. Let's flip it over to the camera so you can see yourselves. Time out. Hold on a second. You need to brush your hair. There you go. There's my children. All right. Hi. All right, go ahead. I'll see you in a bit. All right, go. Go. I'll see you in a bit. Don't pick your nose. Ew, you're so gross. Get out of here. Nasty. Go, children. Bye. He's 5.
Bye.
Bye. All right, go. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes and I'll be done. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, so those are the 2 distinct types of liquid lipstick. Jenna says NYX is terrible, but I really think that it has to do with what your what real quick. Yes.
Daddy said we couldn't have our media when it was over half an hour.
Yep. You'll be fine. You'll survive. You don't need go. I will talk to you in 10 minutes. John, I'm in chat. I will talk to you in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. This is not an emergency. You will survive. Hello, and now my dog. Hello, dog. I've got children coming in. I've got the dog. And the husband is the only one that has not made an appearance so far. I have to keep going. Good. I love you. All right, go give him some love. All right. She Diary says she doesn't like NYX either. All right. Anyway, all right. So we've got. Is that it? Is that all I want to show you? I think that's it. As far as the liquid lipsticks, the ones that I personally own. What are you doing? Hi. Oh my gosh. Dog needs sugar too. There you go. Typical Sunday morning, I know. Well, we have family day. After I finish with chat, we all spend time together as a family. So I think they're getting a little impatient. But everybody does want to join the party. All right. So anything else we want to talk about liquid lipsticks? Makeup Fabulous says, I like the Taste lip paint, the Tarte lip paint. And I have because it moisturizes my lips. Exactly. Brooke Review says my kids used to pick their noses too. I don't know. It's a kid thing. I don't. It's so gross. So bad, babe. But anyway, liquid lipsticks definitely just kind of have to decide which kind of formula you want and then go the direction that you want to go. So let's get into Sephora. So show you what I got at the Sephora haul. First thing I want to show you. Dun, 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 dun. I got the Christmas in New York chocolate shop. Comes with the Shadow Insurance, the Better Than Sex mascara, and the Too Faced Melted in Chocolate Milkshake. And it's very cute. These little cardboard guys. I'm gonna flick them around. It says Fifth Avenue on there. It's very, very cute. I really want the one that has the different flavors, the different scents in it, but I was not able to get that one. They did not have that one in store, but I am going to order that. If I can, I will order that. So that's what that looks like. Just a little preview of the way this seems to be going so far. I have not tried this on my eyes yet. I tried to dupe this with my palettes. I have not found too many dupes, surprisingly, like exact dupes, but I haven't gone through all of my Too Faced palettes. Jingleberry seems to be exactly the same as Jelly from the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, except for that it has more pigmentation. It's like they took the shade, they fixed the pigmentation issue, and now there's Jingleberry. And then Mint Chip is exactly the same as the teal color in the Nikki palette. It's exactly the same. But other than that, I mean, things are pretty unique overall, which surprised me. I have to keep going though. I have to keep swatching and figuring that out. And it does smell like chocolate, just so you know. And it's very nice. I mean, it's a very nice package, and it sold out really quickly at the VIB Rouge event. So if you want to get this, it is available right now for VIB Rouges, I believe, on the Sephora website, but only for VIB Rouges. So Sarah says, "OMG, the Holly Bellies and baseballs." I know, right? So we'll have to play with that. I'm excited about it. So that's the eyeshadow that I got, and then I got 3 highlighter palettes. Okay, highlighter palettes. I got the Fall in Love Face Illuminator Collection by Laura Mercier. There is that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And again, I have not tried these on my face yet, so there's no review yet. But there you go. I'll do a little swatch real quick. I thought it was very interesting to have such a deep highlight shade in here for people that would love a deep highlight and have never been able to find one. I think it's fantastic. There you go. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm very excited about this one. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Lisa says, the palettes don't excite me. I hear ya. That girl with curls, I hate that. All the stuff from Too Faced has chocolate in it. I'm deadly allergic to chocolate. Oh, no, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's horrible. All right, then this is the Urban Decay one. And this one is called the Illuminated Trio. And it's very, very sparkly. Very sparkly. Very sparkly. I don't know if that's doing it justice, how sparkly it is, but it's very sparkly. So sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Julia says, you're going to slay that, Jen. Thank you. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. Michelle says, I got the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick palette instead. You know, I was looking at that one. But I got that one instead. I got this one instead of the Shimmer Brick. I picked between those two. So, not exciting after the Laura Mercier, Emily says. Interesting. Passed on the Urban Decay one too. The reason why I got this one is because it was so different from the other ones that I bought. I wanted to get a nice variation of different things because everybody likes different things. And I don't know. I wanted to get something different. And then the last one I got was the steel one. And this was another one that I kind of picked. I picked this one up last. I almost didn't get this one, but when I touched it, I was like, wow, that's very different, and it may be good for some people. This is a silicone-based product. It is very, very oily feeling. So if you do not like oily feeling products, you will not like this. It looks like it's a powder, but it is an oily formula. It feels, not oily, but silicone formula. It feels oily. It's right there, these 3 right here. So Texture Steel palette is amazing. It feels really smooth, like super smooth. It does not feel like a powder at all. It feels like a cream. But it doesn't feel like a cream that you can mush your finger in. I don't know if that makes sense. But it's not like super soft. So there is that. It might stay longer. I don't know. Yeah, this is the Stila Starlight Starbright Highlighter Palette. Transcendence, Kitten, and Bronze. This is Transcendence, Kitten, and Bronze. So there you go. So those are the 3 highlight palettes that I purchased that I will be reviewing. And then the last thing that I got is the Extravagant Eyes set. This is going to be for a certain person that we will talk about. Show you what's in here. Oh, we only got 2 minutes left. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not going to swatch all of this stuff, but I can kind of tell you this is going to give you a very deep, smoky look. It's not a natural eyes kit. It's not a go-to-work eyes kit. It's not a calm eyes kit. It's an extravagant eyes kit. It's only for people that want an extravagant eye. Everything is very dark and deep. Deep purples is kind of where this is going. So this is the Milk Makeup Eye Pigment. This is a deep, 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 deep purple with some pink glitters in it. The Marc Jacobs, what is this? Is this a mascara? I don't think I tried this yet. Oh yeah, it is. I didn't even open this yet. Ooh, I can't get it open. My fingers are all slippy. I can't get it open. It's Marc Jacobs mascara. And then a black eyeliner from Sephora, the Smashbox 24-Hour Shadow Primer. This is a Heavy Metal Glitter by Urban Decay. This is gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. And this is a Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. It's a very, very, very deep plum shade. This NARS eyeshadow, I will show you this because this is stinking gorgeous. This is one of those dual intensity shadows. This is in the shade Himalaya, Himalia. and it's really pretty. Put it over here on the very ends. So it's right by my knuckles there. It's gorgeous. It's a really nice balance to all the deepness that's over here. There's a lot of deep here. And then these Huda Beauty lashes, they're huge. So this is really for someone that wants a deep look. So just so you know, deep, deep, deep look. Julie says, ooh, I'm in deep envy, Jen. So that was my Sephora haul. That's what I got at Sephora. There will be more purchases once that 20% off sale hits. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong. I'm telling you, I'm buying more stuff. So again, the Extravagant Eyes, the Stila highlight palette, the Laura Mercier palette, the Urban Decay palette, and the Too Faced palette. So that was my haul. Those lashes, though, I know, right, Carolyn? So I'm going to go. It is 11 o'clock. I want to thank everybody for being here today. If this was your first time in a chat, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you will come back. Next week, I will be at Generation Beauty, so I'm not sure if there's going to be a chat or not. It really just depends on what is happening with where I'm staying and whether the internet connection is good. If it's good, I will probably do a chat on Sunday at 10 a.m. Keep an eye on social media. I will let you know on Instagram, definitely on Instagram, on Facebook. I'll let the Facebook group know, Facebook group / What's Up in Makeup. They will know. Snapchat, I might forget, but the idea would be to put it in Snapchat. She knows, what happened to my pink? I washed my hair again today. My pink is gone. What is going on with my hair? Anyway, so I will let people know on social media whether there's going to be a chat next week. There will be no What's Up in Makeup next week. It's just too much work to do from the road. And it's nice to give the reporters a break for a week too, to kind of chill out and not worry about it. So, but yeah, so no What's Up in Makeup. And I want to try to do a chat, but I'm not going to guarantee it. But I'll put it on social media and let you know. If you enjoyed this, definitely follow me on Periscope. I'll definitely let Periscope know whether I'm doing the chat or not. Follow me on Periscope. That's just like this, live chatting. We do a lot of getting ready. We get ready to film What's Up in Makeup. So if you want to see how my What's Up in Makeup look gets together and actually contribute to helping me put it together, Periscope's the way to go. Instagram, I've been doing lots of Insta snaps. It's a little more vloggy on my Instagram. And then the What's Up in Makeup Facebook group is awesome. If you want like supportive, awesome community. The What's Up in Makeup app is like Instagram, but it's like a safe place where you don't have to worry about people being all judgy because you don't look like a supermodel, because, you know, most people don't. So it's like Instagram, but for like regular everyday people, not like supermodels and stuff, like Instagram and all perfect and photoshopped and all that. So it's nice. It's a nice community over there. And then I think that's it. If you want to know where to buy products from the show today, you can go to the Where to Buy page at whatsupinmakeup.com. Also, if you want to know what's on my face for the show today, you can go to whatsupinmakeup.com. There's a What's on My Face video over there. And I think that's all I wanted to tell you, promotional-wise. So I want to thank you so much for being here for the live chat. And mad love to you. Have a great week. And I will see you in a video soon. Bye.